welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Alone in the World. Yeah, this is a fresh start. I haven't even set up yet. So I'm not sure what's going on with the pricing and all that good shenanigans on my current save. Pricing's gone completely bananas. And then the two coffee bean greenhouses, excuse me, overnight I made 1.2 million. So I uninstalled some stuff, removed the greenhouses, I didn't save, removed the windmill, then I saved, reloaded the game, and the pricing's still screwy. So I've decided, after 50 odd hours, that we can start again. So I'm going to do some reasonably long live stream-esque episodes to try and get back to where we were. If I'm going to do it again, you might as well watch, right? So yeah. So let's jump in. There's me. Here we are. I am in multiplayer at the moment because I want to set everything up. So let's start with building me a farm. There we go. That's always a good start, right? I'll turn that off and we'll turn that down for now. You turn that off, turn that on 2 days, no snow. Ploughing I want off. I'm going to turn field stones off this time. I don't mind lime and weeds, but field stones get on my pip. Normal, and turn all that off. I don't want anybody to buy anything at the minute. And then I want to scooch right to the top. I am in farm manager, so the shed that's here isn't actually here at the moment. We'll put it back. Don't worry, we'll put it back. So that's the plot of land you would generally start with. Now I want to do something really ridiculous. I know it's not on the listings, but I want to buy the water. So I'm going to click on plot 3 for 144,364 farmland 3, and I'm actually going to buy farmland 1 for 2.5. You ready? 262952. Don't ask me how I do that. There we go. I now own the water around the edge. Not right up to the land, but you know, close enough. And the reason I did that is because just here is where the livestock dealer is, and it's bugging the bejeebers at me that the cows don't move. So, they don't move, Captain, they don't move. So, first thing we is going to do, we're going to get rid of the rubbish that was in the barn. There you are, it's gone. They've come along and picked it all up. This is staying for now. No. Nothing. Nada. Zip. Not a blimmin' thing. Send the drone up, landscaping mode, and we're going to demolish the fence. Because I can. I have noticed something else down here. Spoiler alert. There's a golden nugget in the bath. In fact, there's 2 or 3 gold nuggets. There's one here. There's one over here. That's at least 2 I found down here. I'm sure there's one in here somewhere. I'm sure there's another one. Anyways, animals, cows. This one, that'll do, won't it? I know it overlaps. Oh, demolish that. Landscaping. No, I want animals, cows. Just gonna go with a base game 15 cow pasture thing, and then literally I'm gonna dump that down. But this is going underground. I just needed to see where the where it was and where I needed to landscape from. I want to bring this area up rather than bringing the other side down. We'll raise this side a little bit. I'll smooth it out in a second, don't worry. It'll all make sense in the end. You see, I don't own that bit, so I can't do much with that. And I've got a feeling I'm stood right in the blooming way. I'm good at standing in the way. I'm going to smooth all this off. Smooth it all off. Once it's covered in grass, you won't even notice. Just want those triggers not in the ground, if at all possible. Have I accomplished that? Probably not. Yes, I have. Look at that. Jobbed. We shall put this back. This way a bit. Need to bring it in a tad. Wash. I'll get rid of that. I'm sure I'll get rid of that. That'll be fine. Just don't tell anybody. And nobody will know. There you go. What trigger? Yes, I am filling the entire thing up with meadow grass. It doesn't matter when I exit and enter the game. All the grass that the cattle will eat in abundance will be put back. Is that the right word? Put back. And then the trigger troughs are here, aren't they? There you go, there's one. There's two. That's slightly... I think that's slightly too far in, isn't it? But it is what it is. And I got the opportunity to start this again. Let's start this again, right? Yeah, once there's water and stuff in it, no one will even know. Nobody will even know. This is just a setup. None of this is none of this has any bearing on the finished. Well, when it's done, it'll be. You'll see. Just bear with me. We'll put another one of these here-ish. Let's pop one of those close, just there. I can't get that. Oh, it's just not. Arg. Can I get that in there? Put one in there. And we'll stick a couple over here. There we go. It's not my money, it's setup money. And I'm trying to stick it to myself. Brilliant, stupid boy. We'll wash a couple of these little ones in as well. Look at that, look. It's a little bit, you know. But what are you going to do? delete it and re-level it? Good. You know what? I don't think I'm going to. Right, there's Holsteins in there, so let's add some Holsteins. Look at that. Now the livestock dealer actually moves, and old Anthony animal dealer, he has said that as long as we maintain these cattle, then he's alright with us to yeah, borrow some milk every once in a while, but we have to look after them. So yeah, we have cows off the bat. It's not part of the challenge. This is still the Pioneer Challenge. Check the description for the oomph. But yeah, this is... I mean, I've got to start again. I might as well have some fun with it, right? There's no point complaining, oh, it didn't work, oh, it's all gone down the pan, it's this, it's that, and make the best of the rubbish situation, as I say. Yes, it's all gone wrong. Yes, I had some sort of mod, error, conflict, doohickey. There's not much I could do about that. So let's not worry about it, right? Let's just... And that bit there has always bugged me as well. If you're gonna... Oh, look, if you're gonna do it nice. Or don't bother. There we go. We've now got access to the livestock dealer's cows. So that's point one I wanted to do. So let's save it there. Yeah, I'm not sure how long this episode's going to be, but it'll be long enough to where I'm at least fully set up. I want to be back to where I was. As soon as I leave and re-enter, the area of land where the cattle are eaten, grazing, will be returned to its former glory. So, right, that's the cows. Now we need to hop up to here, and the guys from the store have already sorted that out for me. So let's sell all this. I'm probably going to redo it, but I'm going to do it in a different order, if that makes sense. Sheds. And then I want the Alone in the World shed, because that's the one that has to remain. It's part of the rules. This shed has to stay here. There you go. The shed is back. Ta-da! One shed. I'm going to bin this house, and I've actually found a different house I want to give a go. Because, you know, I can. Oh, that looks Beetlejuice-esque, that does, doesn't it, eh? I am looking forward to seeing Beetlejuice. I'm not going to be lying to you. Let's dump that there. Oh, it's added grass around the outside. Fun. I can live with that. I don't think this is one of those buildings that you can get into. There is no access. But you know, it's just plain old dirt. I can have it. Yeah. I don't think we have any plants of any descript. No flowers, nothing, do we? No. Darn and dag and nabbit. And the I can't remember if there's a longer one's worked or not. I don't remember. Right. We have the shed back. I've swapped the house out, but we have a house back. This is just a, yeah, it's just a sleep trigger. I quite like this run-down derelict type building, and then on the inside, so that it's got all new LED lights and looks all fancy. Look at that, all that fanciness. You know why they used to brick up windows, don't you? Okay? So that you had a triple window at one point. They bricked the window up. I'll tell you why. Window tax. Houses were charged with a window tax back in whenever it was 17 something, was it? Somebody refresh my memory. Stick in the comments. It was a window tax. You had to pay tax on how many windows you had. So they went around bricking them all up so you couldn't see. It is, yeah. Bit of useless information. But that's the sort of shenanigans that they got up to back in the day, wasn't it? So, yeah, so this is this. There's no crud in here anymore. And did I align this to 90 degrees? Did I align it? Soon tell you. No, I did not. What an idiot. What an absolute idiot. I wanted that aligned. There's 0, so it needs to be here. There we go. Where's the, yeah, there it is. Stick the grass back. As I loused it, and also put the grass back. I say I loused it. It was loused. I know it's just dirt down this side, but you know, grass will grow in dirt. It's not, you know. Oh, that should have been, I think. Grass isn't that picky. It'll grow anywhere. Right. Shed's back. We have a house. We don't need red beets. We need horses. What did I go for last time? This guy, wasn't it? And I had it about here. Do you remember? It was somewhere here-ish, wasn't it? We stick it back in here, and we'll get Jack and Jill back. Oh, that one actually drive inside. Say only 13 horses. The one we had held 16, extra 2 horses, and the triggers are on the outside. This one, the triggers are on the inside. That's a challenge in itself, that is. I've got to try and get in there. Miss Jones, Miss Jones. So we'll dump that there. There we go. Oh, Miss Jones. I need a fence around that now, don't I? Stop the little Dickenses getting out. I think I had just the plain old black fence last time. Let's go with this one. And we'll have a gate. There. And we'll get that as close to the barn as we can. Somewhere there-ish. Does it look very horsey? Probably not. Well, it's only fencing. I can always changed it. Changed it? Always change it at some point. Is that? It is, isn't it? Yes, it is. So that needs to go from this one this way. So I need to bring it the other way around. Alright, to keep the bars on the inside. That one's gone completely on the wonk, hasn't it? I don't like it. I don't like it. It's going. I should have stuck with a gnarly fence like I was going to. Fudge. That one's quite raunchy, isn't it? You think? I quite like that one. If I start here. That'd be alright, I think. It don't seem to matter which way round this ends up. Gate. We'll pop the gate here-ish. Oh, that's... It's a little bit wonky, that one, isn't it? As is that one. I think the gate's on the wonk. I've got a wonky gate, that's the problem. How's that looking? Spin round, man, spin round. Let's get rid of that. Oh look, there's a gate here. Well, that should probably have been the other way around, but never mind. Yeah, that'd be right. Can I squeeze a gate in the hole? No, that's far too small. That'll do. Yeah, well, we'll fill that in a bit. We'll fill that in. So we have our horses. We've got our barn back and our house. We'll do the landscaping and the decoration and all that stuff in a bit. House, barn, horses. We need a water point. I went with a gnarly old water tower last time, didn't I? I think these things charge as well, don't they? But you know, water point. And then we needed grapes. I don't want that. I want production, orchards, the finest grap. Is that seriously colliding with a tree? Apparently so. It is colliding with a blooming tree. That's straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 rows of grapes. Just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Because you remember, I went this way with them in the end, didn't I? I like them that way. So that's the grapes. What else did we need? We do need a horse. There is a horse. Jazz. That's close to Jack. We'll sort Jack out in a bit. So the feed tray goes in here. Excuse me. What's in there? I can get in. Nice. Now that opens as well. I'm guessing this opens. That'd be great. Not used that particular one before. Don't do a lot of horses, in fairness. So that's that. You know what? I can't remember. I had it all in my mind, and now I ain't got the foggiest. Give me a second. Right. I need to cough. I need a silo and a grain mill. And then I need to decorate. Silo. Something rustic looking, but not too obscure. I mean, I could pop that one back in there. Because our silo was here, wasn't it? So I've reduced the size of our horse barn from 16 to doohickey. I put the grapes the other way around. I put the shed back, and I've replaced the house and the well. I've also added cows to the livestock dealer. So let's add in a thing. I did think about one of Jim's sheds, buildings, things, but I don't know. I've got these Brazilian ones, haven't I? Could add a Brazilian one in this time. Something a little different. That's what I added last time with the grape side. Look how beaten up they look. Looks like they've been there for donkey's years, doesn't it? That's the sort of thing I'm after. I don't think that's going to be an option. Although these look I quite like these. I haven't used them in a while, but I like these. We can always add a few of these down here. They don't hold an awful lot of anything. If I dash that one, and then under silo extensions, I think there's extensions. Yeah, there are. Look. Where's the ladder on that one? 1, 2, 3. How close was that one? 4 of those. Can I get a 5th one in? There we go. My silo. In fairness, that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. That's 1,500. 105,000 litres, isn't it? That's not like it's a massive amount. So, yeah. It's still relatively small amount in the grand scheme of things, so. I don't want a little bit encroaching on it. I don't want it underneath the concrete. That would just be weird. It does look a bit funky, doesn't it? Let's be honest. Painting your finest dirt. Thank you very much. There we go. I'm not sure why I'd ever want to get in this way, but let's round this side up as well. Where are the wasn't those I was after, was it? Was it those? Got stone pines, spruces. I'm sure there's some of these kicking around the place. That looks like a little hickory thing. Nope, not those. I thought these all deco trees, by the way. I thought that they would come under decoration, which is why I downloaded them, but they don't. They come under trees. So on maps where you can't place trees, I still can't use the blooming things. Which is just gonna swear then. I did this last time, do you remember? I had all thingies on there last time. All spruce on there. I am concentrating, that's why I've gone completely blooming quiet. There was no mention in the rules and or the description that you weren't allowed to landscape and make everything look pretty, so I'm going to. If that's alright with you guys, and if it's not, too bad, I'm already doing it. Excuse me. Excuse me. I apologise. I'm concentrating. You just have to bear with. Oh, right, where are we going? Some of these kittens. This side, like plants. No, this one. I can't see. I need to zoom out. Zoom out a bit. I can move faster. Makes you feel slightly more sick, but I've got a feeling that these disappeared last time, so don't worry about it. Oh, manure pit. I haven't added a manure pit in. I've just kicked the kids' bouncy thing again. But I have it a kicking it. It's like right under my feet. I could A, move it, or B, pay more attention to what I'm doing, I suppose. But do I? That would be easy, wouldn't it? That would make blooming sense. Well, where does it say in the rules that I have to make sense? There are no rules that says I have to make sense, therefore I don't. Just, oh, you know, it's so late. But I wanted to get this started again. What was the other thing I need to place? Grain mill. I need to place a grain mill, and I need to place just a grain mill. I need to buy the grape harvester, and I need to buy grain mill, grape harvester. Somebody help me here. Oh, I've got it open on my phone. Hang on. I need to get a loan. Replace the house and silo. Horse pen with a horse. Grain mill, water point, 6 rows of grapevines, grape harvester, small vineyard tractor, and reduced money to 25 grand. Okay, so in episode before this episode. So I've got 3. At the time of recording this one, there's 3 more episodes of this playthrough to come out that you guys haven't seen yet. And I've just got a comment from a good buddy of mine who is basically saying that the greenhouses that I've been talking about with the old coffee bean are astronomical in value, and he's blooming well right. I give him that. The amount of money that the thing is, the bit that really annoys me with things like that, because I'm sure I still got it installed actually. Where am I going? But look, now this is regular prices. So the best price of flour should be about 1242. There you go, 1241. And I was getting monumentals. Now, if we scooch down here, I'm sure I've still got the coffee thing installed. Here we go, look. Roasted coffee beans. Now, this takes work. You have to buy the processing plant. You have to then roast your coffee beans. And they're worth 2.6. Clearly says 2.6. Best value 3.2. Raw coffee beans, untweaked with. I was going to swear again. Non messed around with coffee bean. 5.4. Best price 6. I'm sorry. Should that be the other way around? It's just bonkers, guys. It's just absolutely bonkers. So I still got coughing like a trooper tonight. Now I was actually gonna live stream this, but that didn't work out so well, as you can see. So I had an error on OBS that said, "Not today, man, not today." So I had to log out of OBS from my YouTube account and then log back in again. Now the problem I had is it sent the verification to an old device, which is fine, my fault, but I couldn't then access the "was it me" email from the Googles, which again, my fault solely, take full responsibility. And then when I tried to add try another way, you know, I could send it to my phone, so that it turns out it's my old mobile number, and I still didn't get the code. So don't laugh. So I've been trying most of the afternoon and then into the evening to update my account with all my new stuff, and then when I've tried to go back into it and say, can I then, you know, re-log into OBS, can I get a new verification email, blah blah blah, it said you've already had one today, try again in 24 hours. Grrr, turnips. I'll tell you what, this is a lovely cup of tea. Ow! Not sure if the microphone picked that up. My jaw just clicked. It made my eyes water. Jeebers. Again, lovely cup of tea. Not so nice on the jaw. Yeah. Right. I digress. It looks like the house that Adam's family live in, doesn't it? I like it. I like it a lot. You know what I mean? That sort of, maybe not the Adams family, but that sort of building, that sort of dark and dank and like it's been abandoned, you know. That's the whole point of this challenge. It's it's supposed to be a challenge. This is why I wanted to restart, because it wasn't a challenge anymore. It was just, as my good buddy Mr. Wasteland Gaming said, I'm no longer surviving, I'm thriving. He's got a point. It's gone from let's try really hard to make a few quid to, oh blimey, I've got 1.2 million in the bank. What am I going to do with that? Let's just complete the challenge. Let's buy everything. And it's kind of, I mean, I know I've gone over the top with the silo, but come on guys. What was that? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. It's 150,000 litres. Providing they all link up. It's not like it's, you know, 24 million litres, is it? It's just give me that one. And the fact that I've added cows to the livestock market, just don't. I haven't done my asthma meds tonight, can you tell? Oh look, I chose a map. That's the one we collected last time. And I built my sawmill area. These are the ones I pointed out to you earlier. So that's by the store. And there's the map. Look, if you log on the map, log onto here, you can just look at the map, and you haven't got to find them. You can just go get them. Right. All that leaves now is grain mill, right? Oh, my loan. I'm going to take out my loan. 250 grand's worth of loan. There we go. Grapes. Shed. Silo. Horses. House. Shed, silo, horses, house. Water point. I need tractors, vineyard, and all that good shenanigans. Now I'm going to save it here. There we go. Oh. And then I'm going to create a second farm. Oh, wrong way. And then I want to send the money. Oh, you turn it. And I want to send that money my way. Thank you. Come again. There you go. I got 2 million. Oh, while I slowly plod this way, I'm going to swig my tea. I keep coughing. I've been talking for too long. That's a problem. That was rude. I apologise. I was indecisive whether to cough or burp. I slurped my tea like some sort of animal. My apologies, guys. My apologies. Right. Let's go and stand on the pier. On the promenade. Right, let's stand here. Zoop. Now, just about here-ish, I'm going to place the grain mill. Yes, you heard me right. I'm going to place the grain mill just about here-ish. Somewhere in this vicinity. Let's get this done. Now there are a few areas here that are non-landscapable because, you know, this map's full of daftness that you can't landscape. Excuse me. Come on. Right, now, let me just... Productions, grain mill. Where is it? I've got... I think it's the one... I think it's... Is it Shalapuki? Is it his one? No. It's this one. I want to place that there. Right. Landscape, painting, asphalt. If I run that this way, along here, and then back up this way, I know where the front should be now. Oh, turnips. Back into the landscape. This is why I got so much money. It's got to go in there. Yeah, this isn't one of those maps where you can what's the word looking for? Just go, oh, that's alright, we'll just do so and so and so and so, because it doesn't like to be told what to do. It's one of those maps where it does what it does, and you have to kind of just run with it. Right, there's a bit here. Don't get too close to those trees. Buildings, productions. Excuse me. I am looking away, but the mic's so sensitive, it's still picking me up. Coughing my berries up. I passed it, haven't I, you silly man? Watermill. So I want that. Back in there. Doof. There you go. That's where that's going. Just in there. Just like that. Not like this. Like that. Now, if I've done it right, I should be able to soften this. If I haven't done it right, we're logging out and logging back in again, because this will be on the other land not owned by me portion of the map. And that's a pain in the bum to try and fix. It's easier to come out and just start again. Okay, that's not going to smooth. I had this problem last time, so the way I worked around it was to make tiny little steps. That kind of just... I mean, the back end will probably... I said the back end. The back of the production will just... paint with rock texture or something. But we need to be able to get in and out. That's the thing. There you go, that's not too bad, is it? Smooth this off, nice. Come on, smooth it off. So I need to get out about here. Actually, let's end it about there. We'll go the wrong way. And that bit is not squashable. So the only way around that is to place something on it and then sell it again. Buildings, nothing too big, just big enough to cover the whole area. Bosh. And delete it again. I want that to end there. So we'll start here. And we'll slowly work our way in. And now I can squash it off, you see. Now it'll go, yeah, you can smooth it off now. You've placed something on it. Stupid thing. Right, this one. Oh, slightly quicker would be nice. I'm sorry, but I can't landscape any faster, it won't let me. This is as quick as it landscapes. Now we've got to do something similar on the other side of this. Obviously we need to get out or in, or we can just come in and out from this side. A little roadway in and out. This has eaten up a lot of my valuable land space. Do you know what I mean? It's eaten into my my profit margins by taking a big chunk of land out of play. But excuse me. As long as I don't end up with the same issues I had last time, I really don't care. Not particularly that fussed. As long as it works, it doesn't interfere with all the other stuff. And it just does its thing. That extra bit there, I did that. I made that mistake. If you didn't notice, that was my error. Plants. This gear. I am using the controller that actually came with my Xbox today. When I'm doing landscaping stuff, if I use the old trusty blue controller, because the joints, that's what you want to call them, are so slack where they've been, and I put it politely, worked to within an inch of their life. Yeah, they're quite loose. And trying to do fine things like this doesn't always work. So let's go. No, let's go with this one. We'll work this down here as well. Under there. And along here. Now the reason I'm doing this is the edge of this, when I come to saving and then exit and come back in again, this will be like the animal pen and it will reappear short and gnarly. So the best way I found to work around that is to not worry about it and just give myself a dry grass buffer and a bit of dirt. And then on the dry grass, I dash a load of weeds, not weeds, bushes, dash a load of bushes on it. And then once you've dashed a lot of bushes on it, when it comes to logging in, and it rejiggles all the grass, any bushes that remain on that area stay on that area, and all the bits that were regular grass I can then have elsewhere. Does any of this make sense to anybody? You see, with it, it will all come clear in the next episode. There we go. Right, regular grass. And I want the regular grass up to the dirt. That way there's a gap. It doesn't look so stupid when it grows back. I know this is a bit of a random episode, it's going to go on for a while, but you know, I could do all this off screen and then just appear and go, look what I done. You'll be like, ugh, I bet he cheated loads of money in to do that as well. And you'd be right. I didn't cheat any money anywhere. Who told you? They're lying. That's the whole point of restarting this. So I didn't have to worry about cheated money. This is the most expensive part out of all of this, isn't it? Add in the grass back. How is that looking on the wall? On the wall, on the rock face. Does that look alright? Or that looks stupid. A lot of these plants will disappear, but well, it doesn't look too stupid. It probably didn't need to be quite that far out, but we can add thingies to that, can't we? Trees and stuff. I'll draw the road in after the fact, and that way it won't matter what what won't matter. Stuff won't matter. That's not big enough. That one I want. I draw the road in afterwards. The I can cut through the grass, whereas if I add the road in first and then add the grass, the texture underneath decides to make a you know, it goes a bit screwy, doesn't it? Right. Cobblestones. I think I will go for the rock. I think I will add some rock. My brain's saying add some rock, so we're going to add some rock. This is what I call your traditional no man's land-esque rock before all the new stuff was added in from the Alpine DLC and all that good stuff. This is what I'd class as your regular rock. Is that even a thing? Do you get regular rock and not regular rock, or do you just get, you know, rock? These are the questions that keep me up at night. They don't, but they blooming well should. Right. A bit of dry grass around the top, and then we'll add a few tufts of grass on here. Ooh, that dropped really quick, didn't it? There you go. Where the grass meets the rock, it's not gonna grow very well, is it? It's gonna be well, a little bit dry and rubbish. I'll tidy the bottom and stuff as well. Yes, I'm still here, just concentrating. Bear with, you lovely people, bear with. It's better to do it right the first time than do it wrong 20 times. Which is what I said. I was going to do this in the first place, and then I doubted myself, and here I am doing it anyway. I should have just done it when I said I'm going to add rock to that, rather than go, should I, shouldn't I, should I just put grass on it, what does it look like? I should have just added the grass and the rock, like I was going to off the bat. I was just trying to save myself 10 minutes. But it is what it is, you know. Right, how's that looking? Rocky. Ooh. There you go. And this is where all the money's going. This is where all my money always goes. Ask anybody, what does Milk That Hen spend the most money on? And I'll go, landscaping. I do like a bit of landscaping. And there's no rules that I could see against spending an absolute fortune landscaping stuff, and in fairness, there's no rules that said I was allowed to do it, but here I am doing it anyway. Right, there's that bit done. Oh, zip. I'll do this bit. We completely encroach into the shed. Oh, a little bit there. I can live with that. Right. How's that looking? Add some bushes. So they don't look completely barren. I'm sure there were bushes until I I came along and broke it. So let's just add them back in. There we go. Add a few over this side. That's where the windmill used to be over there. Well, I ain't there now. That's where it's not. Right. We can add a few trees down here. You watch. I'll add stuff to this part of the map. And it will say, I'm sorry, Mr. Milk-Bear Hen. You've literally just run out of tree space. Because that's the sort of shenanigans that I have to put up with. These trees are decorative. They are not for removal. So I can't take these ones out. There's no messing around. Oh, I'm just going to make a bit of space here and take these trees down. No, not an option. These trees are forever trees. They have to remain. Because, well, I said so. Where's the where's the doohickeys gone? You know, we are down by the wet stuff after all. Let's chuck a few rocks down here as well. If I add some of these rocks to this, it sort of adds to that. Like it was supposed to be. You know. Like at some point there were rocks. Yeah, a cross on. For all of you that care. Make a little cross on. Oh, I'm such a blinking idiot. Oh, what is this? What is this? Pardon me. Grass-free texture, that was. Hey? I'm going to add a couple more trees down here and then buy our bits of kit. I want the spruce. Where's spruce gone? Just want to add a couple of spruce trees to this side. And an American elm. Add another one in. Somewhere there-ish. Less is more and all that. And here I am, still adding trees. Decorative trees, these ones. I can't remove them. What am I doing? There. No, there. Right. Enough of that. Right, how wide was that up here? When you do it like that, it doesn't take 5 seconds to get back, does it? When you do it, you know, running across the field, it takes forever. So you can spin in, spin out, come back up. So we go this way. Somewhere that way. Right, I want it to look like it's been here for a good while. Because, you know, in fact, it's a replacement water mill. That's what I'm going to go for. That's why it looks so good. But the actual grounds haven't been touched for a while. I know anywhere there's dry grass, I'm going to stick some actual grass. Excuse me. So yeah, so I'm going to probably buy the McCormick again, because well, didn't do us any harm, did it? We've got about 13, 14 hours on the McCormick on the other save. A bit there. A little bit there. Oh, a little bit green here. A little bit green down there. A bit of green under there. There we go. Oh, you don't want to know what fell out of my mouth. Alright, bear with, it's raining. Need to shut the windows. It's gone from really hot and humid to piffing down, for the want of a better phrase. Oh look, it's all hot and sunny. Oh look, it's hammering down. Raining cats and dogs. So, let's just make this a little bit less conspicuous. And we have a watermill area thing stuff. So that's where the flower spawns, one would imagine. And then that's where you put it in. Where's the trigger? Trigger, where are you? There it is. Okay. Wheat flour, barley flour, oat flour, and sorghum flour. And the best one is still oat flour. Wheat flour produces faster. Wheat flour is the fastest to produce, but you get less of it. So every 5 you're going to get 4 in return, so you lose 1, but it produces quick. Oat flour, barley flour, and sorghum flour all produce at the same speed, but you lose some on the barley flour. You lose 7 litres. You gain, what's that, 4 on there, and you gain 1 on there. So oat flour would be the best bet, unless you want it now, and then you want wheat flour. So that's how that rolls. Right. Is that closable? No. It's a shame that top's on there, isn't it? It's what it is, I suppose. Right. Where we got to? Mills in. Where's my road? Here it is. Run, Forest, run. When we zoom up in the sky, we had our grass field in here. Ain't happening now, is it, eh? I've gone and broke it. I've broke it, Mum, I've broke it. Right, we need to grab ourselves some stuff in the sails. No, we don't. Oh, I don't think I'm going to stick to one particular brand this time. I think we might mix it up a little bit. I mean, I do like the I do like masses. You know I like masses. But yeah. Right, we're going to start with the McCormick, as we did last time. Excuse me. Oh, look. We can have an orchard tractor. Wow. Not that one. Orchard. Would an orchard tractor and a grape tractor be the same? Probably. 112. Yeah, something for last time, isn't it? Should we stick with the same or go something else? That's 114. Just that looks narrow regardless of what you have on the back of it. That's 112. See, that looks wider. That looks more beefy. The Landini. It's basically the same tractor, right? You got these two. What was the one I was looking at earlier? Oh, one of the Antonio Carrera ones. It's a smaller tractor. There's this guy, little compact doohickey. But again, I mean, you can get some wider looking tyres. The Michelin's are quite wide. Only 75 horses. You got the Kubota. 106. Yeah, 106 is the biggest on there. And the rear tyres just look, rear wheels just look stupid all the time. I can't have the front weight. I don't think I've seen anybody attempt this challenge with a Kubota. So we could mix it up and go Kubota, and I'll lose a couple of horses, but, you know. There's no front attacher on that one. There was on the Carrera, isn't there? Yeah, it's got a front 3-point look. That's how we did the grass cutting. I remember now. That's why I didn't go for that in the first place. Now we've got. Oh, this has got the Tony. That's hang on. Bear with. Sorry about that. I thought one of my kids were up. That's got a front 3-point. Front weight, room colour. That's only 100 horses. I actually quite like the look of that. It looks stupid, but I like it. So I lose 12 horses by going with that one. But I get to keep the front 3-point. So we mix it up and go with a Tony. I've not used any of these Antonio Carrera things really. I think 98 is the biggest, isn't it? I can get smaller, but not bigger. And then your bulk standards are down this end, which is the same as what I already had it, the Landini, and then you got the methane, and then you're back up to the Fent again. The Fent's the highest horsepower, 114. Oh. I've not seen anybody start with a Kubota. Like nobody. Just looks so stupid. That's the problem. It doesn't go, look at me, I'm a brilliant looking tractor. It goes, where's the rest of my wheels gone? Why is the wheel artist at all? I need taller wheels. Do you mean it needs filling out? It's fucking the bejeebers out of me. I don't like it. I really don't like it. Should we just go with this one? Let's go 400 on there. Should we go with that one? I lose a few horses. Back only. We'll go with this one this time. Oh, stupid boy. Actually, can I... Have I got enough space? No. Ooh. I can have all alone. Combine it before I change my mind. And then we need a grape harvester. Oh, now I didn't use the oxbow very much, so I want to go back to it. I think leave it as a harvester. Yeah, go with the Myers. Now the question is, can I get this in the shed? Because I know the shed, when it's placed originally, placed, it's not flat. It's placed slightly. I don't know how to describe it. The roadside, this side of the shed is higher on the when it's pre-installed, so I can back this in. I'm pretty sure that now that I've placed it myself, I can't back it in, which means I can't place the grape harvester in the shed. I've got to name the horse to Jack again, haven't I? And then we have to buy another one called Jill. That one in here. Oh, actually, no, they look pretty tall enough. Nope. Computer says nope. I got stuck again. Right, one grape harvester. There's a lot of red on there, isn't there? Right, the first thing I'm going to do is double check that I can even drive down the vineyards with it. It looks quite wide. Oh, there's some roll bobble on the front of this, isn't there? It's nippy as well, isn't it? I'll give it that. Wow. Let's get off of this bobbly road. Bobbly, 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 bomb. Right. Vineyards. Excuse me. Can I drive this down there? Yeah, loads of room. Oh, I don't think this is much wider, if at all wider, than the rigid track. So we might be able to get away with having the rigid track as well. There we go, our tractor, if you can call it a tractor. It looks like the rigid track, doesn't it? Look. And I do like this one. Oh, I'm all snottery. Right. There's that one, that one. Let's have a quick butcher's. Right. Grab my phone, grab my phone. It says... What the bloody are you doing that for? Right, it says... Sell all equipment, 250 grand. Debt. Replace the house, silo, horse, grain mill, waterboard, grapevines, grape harvester, vineyard tractor. Reduce money to 25 grand. So, all that's left is to reduce money to 25 grand, right? Now the question is, do I, before I do all that, run a path through here and link up with this one? I am seriously tempted. At least that way I can work around the roads. Or do I bring the road out this side? Around here? That will do, we'll save it. There you go. It's always a good idea to save these things, right? Right. If I don't like it, I can... Well, in fact, this is only dirt, I could just paint over it, but... I might go this side of the... This side of the doohickeys. I'll tell you what I might do, but I'll probably do it off screen, so you haven't got to be sitting in there witnessing my shenanigans. And that's adding all the decoration, so all the little bits of rubbish around the yard and all that. I'll do that off screen, because, you know, this is already, what, hour and a half long? And no, I haven't gone for a straight line. I have gone completely, completely wobbly. Because, well, I can. Little bit. Woo-wee. Like a firework display. Crumbles. What am I like, eh? What am I like? There we go. That takes you down to the old grain mill down there. That jobbed. Right. Excuse me. I'm going to add a load of rubbish and just general rubbish to the map. I will also cultivate this area here so that we don't start with the red beets. Actually, I might do that now. Just want a bulk standard cultivator. What's that, 140 horses? I shall return all this. We're not keeping this. This isn't ours. This is just for This is is just to sort that field out. I am tempted to delete that. There's a sell point for fertilizers, herbicides and all that good shenanigans. I may remove it. Right then. Yeah, cultivate that field. And then return all this good stuff. I'm going to add some rubbish to the rest of the field. Oh, I've got to add the manure pit to the horses as well, haven't I? The horses did take straw, didn't they? They don't up the creek. Yes, it does. Excuse me. Oh, actually, I want to go this way. No, I do want it. I hope it's not here, do I? I'm not going to stop else. I might paint that end in. Just tidy the field up there. Paint the end in so that it's level with the grapes. It doesn't look so stupid. I love the way if you catch it right, you can get an end on there. That's pretty cool. Right, I'm going to get this done. I'll say add the rubbish, tidy the edges of the field up so it's square, and I'll see you next time for more shenanigans here on Alone in the World. Yeah, I'm probably going to record the next one pretty sharpish, so if you leave me a comment on this one, the chances are I'm not going to get it until maybe the 3rd episode is when I will acknowledge the fact. Right. As always guys, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and comment. Each and every one of you. Please take care. And I shall see you all in my next adventure. Cheers guys.